Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today I just feel inspired to share just a little personal update, and I feel like I'm being swallowed up by the mother, by the divine feminine. Um, Also, you could say Mother Earth. I feel that the masculine part of me is in a lot of resistance to this process. The masculine, meaning the mind, um, meaning the doer, or you could say the more yang part of me is there's some pretty stiff resistance. This part of me wants to be out on the move, exploring life on an adventure. And sure enough, I'm always seem to be kind of in a larger sense. But sure enough, that movement will be unleashed once more. But right now, it seems to be the time for letting go, for stillness, for beingness. And this might have something to do with the equinox that I believe is today, the fall equinox, which is the beginning of fall. And the metaphor that's coming through right now is just like letting the leaves fall off the tree, letting ourselves clear out of all the old that's no longer serving us. And that may be a time why it feels not incongruence to be taking a lot of action in a sense. I could feel that. I could feel the masculine side of me wanting to fight against the environment I'm in. The environment I'm in is very feminine. I've come to realize that this energy vortex that I'm residing in is a very feminine vortex where sometimes it's very hard for me to even move. It's just like you're gonna stay still and you're gonna go inward. And that's the plan for today. And then I can feel this energy saying, you'll be able to get up and get food, you'll go for a walk, you'll do some yoga. And then there's this masculine, and we like, actually, maybe I'm going to go for an adventure today. And so I can feel how this equinox energy and just being in a feminine vortex is asking me for now, temporarily, to really let go of the outward facing mind, as Sri Ananda Mayama would put it, the worldly mind. The mind that wants to go outward for its sustenance, for its entertainment, for its stimulation. The mind that wants to go try to extract from the external to feel whole in a sense. And I don't want to put it in too harsh of terms, because we are on earth and we are humans. And I do believe with all my heart that we're meant to partake in this divine play, in this divine dream. We're meant to have desires. We're meant to pursue those desires. So I don't want to put a bad label on the outward facing mind. I just think what I'm feeling called to say for this time and what's true for me during this powerful equinox energy period is to really align more with the inward facing mind. And I think a lot of us, this has come through in sessions for clients, especially one in particular yesterday, where life is sort of cornering us so that a lot of us don't have a choice right now with these equinox energies. We're being literally forced to let go of the outward facing mind and to align more with the inward facing mind. It's like right now for me, I'm being cornered because I'm in this earth and adobe in a very feminine energy vortex where it's like I'm literally being pulled into earth. My right leg is really hurting. So I can't really do a bunch of activity. I feel for me it would be just being in resistance to my environment to really be trying to force the masculine into action right now, or to really be going in that outward direction. I mean, yeah, I'll say this, for a day and a half there, there's these things I can do, I've learned to do energetically to kind of shoot myself up and out into like these different realms. And I did that for a little bit. And while it had its own enjoyment and it was a really channeled place to be, I felt like I was ultimately not in congruence with my environment, which is actually wanting to pull me down into earth, into the substance, into the matter, into the density of earth. I got a little sick of it. I was just like, I'm going to do these things I know how to do. And I just kind of would do that thing. And yeah, that can be sort of more entertaining. And it does have its own divinity to it, and its own grace, and its own sacredness. But ultimately, I found it to be pretty ungrounding, and just not in congruence, like I said, with how Earth is wanting me to go deeper down and in. And so notice, you might be in resistance to these equinox energies. You might be in resistance to the divine feminine right now. I found it in myself, actually, this morning in meditation. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sick of being mothered. It feels like the divine mother is just wanting to hold me. It's almost like I feel this smothering love, not in a negative sense, but some parts of me are just like feeling smothered by this divine energy vortex. And it's just like, I just want to break free and do my thing, to do my thing. To do my kind of, in a sense, egoic thing. And one of the, and it's mostly right knee pain. One of the symptoms of knee pain is, they say, these energetic metaphysical experts, and there's you could find lots of stuff on any symptom you're having. And you kind of just have to feel like, oh, what really speaks to you? But one of the things with knee pain is the unwillingness to surrender, or a kind of an egoic pride, the inability to surrender to divine will. And so I know a lot of us right now might be having these issues with, I just don't want to surrender to these equinox energies. I just want to keep whatever the thing is. I want to do my thing. But notice how that just tends to cause more suffering. And the environment, meaning the energies, are the boss. And I realized that this morning. I was like, oh, I'm resisting this motherly love. It's like the divine mother, she's just telling me, or these divine feminine energies, they're like, we're just trying to nourish you. We're just trying to help you heal some of these deep issues that have been latent within you, that have been, just buried inside of you. And it's like the divine mother's like, you've been on the move so much, child. She's like, I'm just trying to nourish your being. She was telling me, I'm getting chills right now, lots of chills. She was telling me, you're gonna be on the move again. Like you're an adventurer, you're a traveler. It's like my spirit came here to experience freedom in this earthly vessel, to really know this world. It just loves to experience new environments, etc., and go into the unknown and all of these amazing things. But I felt the divine mother really telling me, or Mother Earth, like, hey, right now is a time for you to embrace rest, to let your body heal. So much of us, we've lived these lives with so much outward activity, so much in the masculine. Nothing wrong with that. We're meant to live life here on earth. I'm not saying we're just meant to go into a cave and dissolve into nothingness or something. But for right now, it seems to be a really great opportunity to connect to rest, to connect with letting go, to connect with surrender, to know that you will be asked, you will find yourself in the movement of action again at some point. But to really let it be aligned, and to let it be something that's supported by spirit, by the divine. I could feel in myself right now, it's like, yeah, be doing all these things, trying to do all these things, but it's just not supported by life and by these energies. And so a lot of us, we may be feeling cornered. And I had a really lovely client of mine when I was giving her guidance about this is kind of the same guidance I'm giving myself. She was like, "That sounds boring." And I was like, "Yep." And the channeling that came through for her was, let yourself be bored. And then keep letting yourself be bored. And keep letting yourself be bored. And so on. And in this way, we start to traverse new, what was the word I had for her? It was like new energetic landscapes or something, or we go into these new energetic places that we haven't been before. And that can be anything but boring. It's like sometimes we just let ourselves be bored and let ourselves be bored and let ourselves be, just be and be and be. You know, we'll come up against these obstacles of like, now's the time when I would usually grab my phone, or now's the time when I would usually go eat something. Now's the time when I would usually call someone. And then if in that moment, if we just keep letting ourselves rest in the emptiness, in boredom, we'll notice like, oh, I'm in a new energetic place. I've never been here. I've never let myself be bored for this long. And that's a beautiful discovery. What happens there when we're in a place where we've really never been energetically before? And then we'll feel that urge to go to the outward facing mind again and to go find stimulation in the external. And what if we surrender it once more? And we just keep letting ourselves be bored, and we deepen into this place of whatever the word is for you, boredom, emptiness, nothingness. And this is a place I want all of us to find out for ourselves. You could call this the void. What happens if we just keep letting go into that place and keep letting go into that place? And I just saw a spiral on my tie-dye shirt that's laying on the chair. And that's what it is. You're spiraling energetically deeper and deeper into yourself, into the divine. It's like boredom, if that's what's presenting itself for you when you're letting go of the outward facing mind and all external stimulation, then boredom is your portal into knowing God deeper. And so just see what happens. I wish I could remember the word. It was a really good word I had. I almost want to get up and get my journal, but whatever. I'm just going to have to let go of my perfectionism for this video. But it's like you're going into uncharted, energetic terrain. When you really just let yourself be with something that you usually would resist and want to escape really bad. And boredom's a big one for a lot of us, especially in this culture where we're really trained to just keep getting these cheap dopamine hits over and over and over again. So when we're not doing that and we're just being with this present moment and we're being in aloneness, in our solitude, with nothing to distract ourselves from ourselves, we can start to have these intense withdrawals. And it can feel really overwhelming, and we can get, a lot of anxiety can come up. And like I said to my client yesterday, my homework assignment to all of you guys is to see what happens when you don't resist those feelings and you don't reach for the dopamine hit and you just remain with yourself. You remain in your own presence. I want you guys all to have this like incredible discovery of like, oh, what are these uncharted energetic terrains that I've never explored before because I've always just distracted myself before I've gotten to this place. And then let's see what that boredom transforms into. It might surprise you. All right. That's the video. Sending you all so much love, so much grace, so much grace, patience, and surrender during these times. If these videos bring you value and help support your journey, and you would like to support my journey with a donation, I will put a link. There are links in the description box for PayPal, and then there's one for credit and debit cards. And then I'll also put a link in the comments as well. Yeah. Other than that, may peace be with you all, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste.